Hello and welcome. Chris from Missouri here, bringing you another video about vintage baseball cards. In this video, I'd like you to stick with me because I'm going to do a baseball card video at first. And at the end, I want to bring a kind of a solemn message. And if you guys would hear me out, I'd really appreciate it. Now I want to show you a card. I want to show you a rookie card right now. And look at this rookie card right here. One of these players was what I believe to be the main reason for the Mets to win the 1969 World Series. And the other one, in 1969, went 25-7 with a 2.21 ERA, made the All-Star team, won the Cy Young Award, and finished second in MVP voting. That's correct. What I believe to be the biggest reason why the Mets won the 1969 World Series is none other than Bill Dene. Now, work with me on this. You might think that I'm gone nuts, but Bill Dene, I believe, was a bigger reason than Tom Sever for the Mets to win the 69 World Series. So how can that be, right? I mean, Tom Sever went 25-7 for the Mets. Bill Dene, in his career with the Mets, went 1-7. He was a 1-10 pitcher lifetime, 1 win, 10 losses, but yet I think he was a bigger reason to the 69 World Series than Tom Sever. See, now this is going to be fairly quick, but in 1967, see, this is a 1967 card. In 1967, the Bill Dene got traded to the Washington Senators, and that was a big trade. See, the Mets in their first year, expansion year, went 40-120. The next year, they went 51-1-11. This is under legendary coach Casey Stengel. The following year, third year in existence, they went 53-109. The fourth year, they went 50-12. The fifth year, they got a new manager and went 66-95. The first year that they didn't lose 100 games. But they followed that up with a 61-101 record. But in 1967, the winter of 1967, they traded Bill Dene and $100,000 for manager of the Washington Senators. And that was none other than Gil Hodges. Now, if you ask most coaches today, and they'll get this, say Jimmy and Joe's or X's and O's. And that's basically asking, is the coach more important than the players? And I can tell you as a former coach, I was a lot better coach when I had better players. But in 1968, the Mets were needing a coach in a bad way. They'd been a laughing stock ever since their existence. And so when Bill Dene was traded, brought Gil Hodges over. In the first year, Gil Hodges won 73 games and lost 89. But that following year, in 1969, the Miracle Mets went 162. Now, I'm just kidding when I tell you that Bill Dene was a better pitcher than Tom Sever, because he wasn't. But his importance to that World Series win in 1969 was pretty great, because he was the player that was traded along with $100,000 for the rights of Gil Hodges. Gil Hodges took the Mets from then for a while. He took them and made them a really good team now. Now, he lost his life at an early age, and Yogi Berra coached, and they won some games there early in the 70s. And now Tom Sever, I believe, is the greatest player to ever play for the New York Mets. But the 1967 rookie card of Bill Dene, who happens to share it with Tom Sver, is what I want to show you here. So I just want to give you that little bit of information, but this last part I wish I didn't have to bring to you. See, if you watch this channel, or if you've seen me at card shows setting up, I've always had a right-hand man with me, and that person was Mauricio. Now, Mauricio was a mountain of a man, and he loved setting at card shows, and he loved giving away free stuff to kids. But see, this past week, a little over a week ago, Mauricio was on vacation in Mexico to see his mother, and he passed away of a heart attack at the age of 55. Now, Mauricio was very important to me in this whole baseball card hobby of mine. Shared a very important role, but he also shared a very important role in my life. And some of you YouTubers really know him. I know he enjoyed time with Jason Everyday Card Collector and Billy Ball Game and even Redneck Collector. And he's going to be greatly missed. And I wouldn't be where I am today business-wise had it not been for Mauricio. So tonight, if you would, break out a Mickey Mantle card and give a big thumbs up, maybe even tip a drink to my friend Mauricio. Now, guys, that was hard for me. But remember, this thing's only a hobby. Collect what you like.